evening. Good evening, everybody, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you guys. I hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year's period. If you got any good shirts for Christmas, let me know in the chat. I'd love to find out. But welcome guys to the first stream of the year. Got some good news to share. Many of you will already have seen on Twitter. Before I get to that, let's respond to some early questions, early messages. Steve-O, good evening, mate. Baz says Happy New Year to you, thank you, and to you, mate. He says, I was asking on Twitter about the Japan anniversary shirt. When they refer to it as limited edition, is that only the ones that come in the box or the general ones? That's a good question, Baz. And actually, it was disappointing that the shirts weren't numbered, and that's the same with the boxed version, I believe, unless I missed the numbers. But so in short, I don't think they were numbered, boxed or unboxed. Given how many sites seem to have been stocking the shirt, my hunch is that if it was limited, it was just the boxed ones. But honestly, I don't have any intel on that. Just actually, I'm going to close my my kitchen door whilst the washing machine goes on. 1 second, guys. I'll just pop onto the pause scene. And we're back. Apologies for that. More messages. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Happy New Year. Thank you for. I just wiped the crumbs from my tea off my jumper. Hello, everyone. Where were we? Steve again. Hope you had a good Christmas. And you, mate. And you. Rabbe, hello from Germany. Good to see you, mate. Regularly here at Phil's Corner. Ivan, he says, hi Phil, thanks for the read out Denmark kit tip earlier. Bad one, Kjell. Ivan, thanks to, who was it? The name of the guy. Let me find out. The chap who shared the deal in the first place that I saw. Someone had retweeted. The guy's name, Brad Shirts, that was it. So thanks to Brad Shirts, who shared the deal. It was just over £50 for the Denmark third shirt with free personalisation. Given that I went to the trouble with a few friends of actually kind of ordering it from Unisport. I went via Canada, but it's the way it goes, isn't it? It's happened so many times. You buy a shirt from abroad, and then someone like M&M Direct has it for 20 quid a few months later. Happens to the best of us. It wasn't quite that good a deal, but it was a very good deal. Glad you picked it up, Ivan. Lucas, good evening, mate. Happy New Year to you as well. And Sam, Happy New Year, guys. I hope you had a good break. If you were able to have a break, hopefully. And here's to another year of many football shirts. I'll keep answering some more comments, but before we get to eBay, Thomas has filmed my hero. I don't know about that, Thomas, but thanks for stopping by anyway. Christopher says, got the Palmer charity shirt, Barca 90-20 goalkeeper shirt, sponsors night shirt, and the Vasco da Gama shirt. That is a haul. Speaking of Palmer, actually, sad story. My Palmer shirt said it was delivered whilst I was away, but it's nowhere to be found. My neighbours have been out, or away rather, so I'm hoping it's with them. But otherwise, I've had nothing from the postman, so I'm quite worried it's either got lost in transit or just hasn't turned up. I mean, it could be at my neighbour's. Fingers crossed. But anyway, I don't need to tell you about my trials there. But I saw everyone sharing their pictures of the shirt, of the Palmer shirt. And I was away when it arrived, so that was a bit of a shame. But anyway, we move on. What have we got? Baz, thank you very much for the extra information. That's no problem. Tom from the Shirley. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you on the stream. Is this your first time? If it is, Hope you enjoy. They're going to be on eBay. And Zach says the South Korea shirt is awesome. So yeah, on that note, let's well, actually I was thinking about sharing some more pictures. I've got a video. I unboxed the shirt today. The video will be live this week. I did share some teaser images on Twitter. But guys, the South Korea shirt, it checks out. It looks real. I unboxed it today. I was looking at, well, as I took the shirt out of the box, I forgot that it was a player issue shirt, so that was really fun to see some of the differences with the T90 player issue. I hadn't owned a player issue T90 shirt before, so that was really cool. And it looks great. I can't believe it. I can't believe we actually found one of those. I don't think we can top that this year. We'll try. I mean, we found it on this stream, so hey, that's the standard. But honestly, I was buzzing. You know, I'm gonna get the shirt, or I won't take it out of this box. This was the outer box that it came in. So it's a big old thing. It's quite heavy. Yeah, branded box. But even when I took the shirt out, there was like a cardboard insert, which is like a T90 thing, branded again. It was great. So anyway, that video is coming this week. I won't show it just yet, but it is really cool. Yeah, that's a plug to watch the video. But equally, yeah, a bit of a plug for the stream. We found that shirt. We found the boxed South Korea shirt on this stream on eBay. So can we do that this year? I highly doubt we can find a deal that good, find a shirt that good, but we'll try. We will try. Yeah, we'll jump on eBay very shortly. A couple more comments. Guys, thank you already. There's over 20 of you already. I've not even got to eBay, but thank you. And please, many of you will know by now, do ask questions as we go along. Please, and if I missed your question, please feel free to send it in again. I'll try and respond as best I can. And as you ask questions, of course, many of you will be answering them on my behalf or instead of me as we go. That's what I really enjoy about these streams. There's no stupid question, no silly question, anything you want to know. And as you'll see on the stream, many times I'm figuring stuff out as I go along as well. When it comes to shirts, whether a shirt's real and that sort of thing. So, yeah, it should be fun. Nice. And yeah, just Tom, going back to what you said, Tom from the Shirt Union. Yeah, I won't show the shirt in today's stream. It will be on a classic Phil's Corner video episode where we go through that in detail. Bit of a teaser today. Baz, thank you as always, mate. Enjoy hope your work goes well. Enjoy it as best you can. And I appreciate your kind words. Before we go to eBay, one more comment. Lucas, parents got the Tottenham third kit for Christmas. And at first I was sort of disappointed. It wasn't the away, but it's grown on me. Yeah, that's funny. The of Spurs' kits, I think the away got a lot more attention. I personally preferred the away, but then again, I mean, for starters, to get a kit for Christmas is great, so you can't complain, can you, there? Yeah, good to see. Smudge Sports, hello, Smudge Sports, and Luke as well. It says, finally got the Atletico Mineiro map kit. Yeah, good to see a lot of those dropping. I know, obviously, there was lots of white people when it started appearing on not eBay, on Sports Direct and places like that. But good to see that it did turn up. Right, as I say, we're going to go to eBay. That's what we're here to do. But please do keep the questions coming, and I'll try and answer them as best I can as we go through. Many of you know what we're doing here. We are literally just going on eBay and basically trying to find good football shirt deals. Now, typically, I don't buy everything I see because I would very quickly run out of money. But every time I seem to say that, stuff pops up. So maybe I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't tempt fate. But no, as we go through, of course, as we see stuff, you could jump in and start bidding. Why not? The stuff we're going to find, hopefully, well, we're just going to see what eBay has to offer. But usually there's something at every price point. We've had some great pickups over these streams. And sometimes, I mean, there's a few that I've missed as well. And as you'll see here, I like to do eBay by literally just searching football shirts, the term football shirts, auction, ending soonest. There's many ways to approach eBay, but that's the way I like to do it. Just because you kind of get a bit of everything. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of rubbish, but I quite enjoy it this way. Of course, the other way, and many people, it'll be things like doing kind of newly listed buy it nows. So if we just quickly show you that, there's stuff that's just been listed in the last few minutes. Sometimes really good deals could be kind of sniped at this level. But I quite like the auction method. I've had over the years, including the South Korea shirt, but many others I've had in this sort of method. It's a bit of, it can be a bit of, well, you're playing the long game often, scrolling through pages and pages, but we'll see how we get on. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. A couple of very spammy looking messages in the chat. I will ignore those. I should probably put a spam filter on. Oh dear. But here we go. I'm not sure what these trousers are. I've just seen a couple of them. Supposedly Coventry waterproof training trousers. Okay. Very odd item. We continue. Yeah, even more. So, interesting. Leeds. Well, is that an original? I honestly don't know if that's an original off the top of my head. I'd assume it isn't, given that no one's bidding it at £30. Let's do a quick look at Old Football Shirts. Old Football Shirts, a great site, guys, if you want to check legitimacy of shirts. I mean, anyone who's watched the stream before will know I pretty much have this open every time, because even if you're vaguely familiar with shirts from certain years, it's very good to kind of keep your knowledge up to date. So we can see here with this close up, and this is just a community-driven site, so sometimes you have to be careful with the pictures. Based on that, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. The label looks different, so that's not necessarily a different shirt, or rather, not necessarily the genuine replica. But then again, I don't know Admiral 90's labels well enough to know if that's an alternate label or a different region, for example. But the fact that if I look at these labels, they all seem to be blue with a white Admiral logo. This one has a yellow Admiral logo, and there's no bids. That's enough for me to basically say, okay, I probably wouldn't bid on that. The seller only has one sale. There's just a few things there which would put me off. Maybe it's real, and again, if I was kind of keen on the shirt particularly, I'd probably do a bit more research. But with only 2 minutes to go, if that was real, that would be a great pickup. I don't think it is. Or at least the label is enough to throw me off. But that's my thought process. If anyone knows for sure either way, do jump in. That is a bargain if it is genuine. But yeah, classic charity shop purchase. This, isn't it? An England shirt and a goalkeeper shirt as well. I did quite like this Umbro template though. There was something about these details under the sleeves which really, I think it's quite contemporary. It works quite well. Lucas said, my friends and I also did a Secret Santa gift exchange, and a friend of mine got me Leicester's 2004 away. That is a pretty nice Secret Santa, Lucas. I can't picture that one off the top of my head though. Let's have a look. Leicester City 2004. See you again, guys. Old Football Shirts. It's a great site. Shout out to Phil and Mark. I've spoken to them once or twice on Twitter, but yeah, Phil and Mark. Good lads. What are we saying, Lucas? 2004, 5. Was it one of the, did you say it was the away? Is it this one? Love that silver look. That construction really reminds me of someone, and I can't think who it is now, but it reminds me of another brand. This is certainly a time when a lot of brands are copying each other as well. But yeah, very good stuff, Lucas. Thomas asks, does Depop take credit card? I believe it does. I think it does. Off the top of my head, I think it does, but it's been a while since I've been on Depop. Yeah. Oh, it's reversible as well. Like, it's nice. It's interesting. A Dallas Sport match worn. I'm not familiar with this team, but yeah, kind of quite a random item just to have, supposedly match worn. Of course, with match worn items, the biggest thing really, if it doesn't have any sort of authenticity certificate, there's not much to say whether it's match worn, but you can still identify if it's player issue. Yeah, but that's an interesting one. Someone's bid on it at £49. Joma don't have a huge presence at the moment. Yeah, interesting to see that. Smosh Sports says, maybe just me, but I'm always worried about getting white/cream shirts because they stain easily. I don't think that's just you, honestly. I think, I think it's fair to say white shirts can definitely be the downfall of any collector. And there's been quite a few white and cream releases recently as well. Just quickly, guys, I noticed that we'll look at the same seller, and clearly that's a remake as listed in the listing. So I think the lead shirt we were looking at before was a remake. The replica wording was quite confusing because, of course, replica can mean a lot of different things to different people. But yeah, that's just confirmed it in my mind. We've got a 78 Admiral remake, an official Admiral remake, but not the replica like that, as with the previous lead shirt. Happy New Year, George. Happy New Year to you as well, mate. Hope you had a good time. Thomas says, white shirts of Elite 88 Real Madrid. Yes, absolutely. And I almost went in for one of those. It was a couple of months ago on eBay as well. If it's the one I'm thinking of, yeah, stunning shirt. Just quickly as well, this is a classic. This has appeared on many a stream. Any regular viewers will know there's some shirts that just appear every single time. And that Club America shirt, which is either a remake or a fake, I haven't figured it out. But yeah, quite funny to see that again. Just quickly, this is an interesting one. I don't remember this USA shirt. Was this one of the women's shirts? Let's just have a quick look at football shirts again. 2014, was that their home shirt? 2014. Again, you can see, guys, almost every other shirt, if not every shirt, I'm checking. Because I don't remember. Okay, yeah, so 2014, 15. Yeah. What's great about this, and this is excellent from the seller, that they've included the product code, and if we Google that, and I'll quickly do that now actually whilst we're here, and we can have a quick look. 578024. You can see that code there, and sure enough, we go on images. You can see that is the shirt. So what's great is that the seller's provided that information, and we can be confident that that's the real shirt. Jeff Cameron, yeah, that's it. Not Landon Donovan, not Clint Dempsey, Jeff Cameron. But I mean, look at that name set, guys. It's pretty nice. 40 quid, to me that seems reasonable. I wouldn't say it's a bargain, but it, I would expect, if that was on classic football shirts, I'd expect it to be more than that. Not that that's a gauge of fair pricing necessarily, but that's not the kind of shirt that just pops up anywhere. If you were trying to fill out an international collection or a USA collection, or maybe you like slightly off, kind of unusual or more unusual player names than the classic names, this you could do a lot worse than this. Yeah, and I think again 40 quid, that seems reasonable. Prices from the UK, QPR legend. Oh yeah, I'm trying. Jeff Cameron. Again, you can see how much I just Google stuff. I'm trying to think. He looks a bit like Charlie Austin there. Jeff Cameron. I like that. 70. Oh no, sorry. I was going to say if he was a striker, that is a fantastic scoring rate. I don't know if that's on the screen. I think it is. 1 goal in 70. But he was a defender midfielder. Okay, I was thinking of someone else, I think, when I saw Jeff Cameron's name. Anyway, I digress. Decent pickup, honestly, for 40 quid, I'd say. Or at least I'd do a quick look and see if I can find that anywhere else. But that seems reasonable to me. Thomas says, didn't he play for Stoke? Hang on, I missed. Where is he? He did play for Stoke. In fact, for a long time. From 2012 to 2019. So there we go. Oh dear. I don't know who I was thinking of when I heard his name, but there we go. Luke, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. Chris also said, yeah, my publisher is keeping its tags unhung up. I have a 3 and 1 year old guaranteed a chocolate hug if I wear it. Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't have kids yet, but I haven't thought about the implications for shirts. I'm going to have to maybe be even more careful with the storage. Oh, dear. So, guys, a couple of interesting finds already. Certainly that USA shirt is my favourite of the night so far. Oh, this Jamaica shirt. Now, I believe, if I remember correctly, was this on Eminem Direct? Or maybe it wasn't. But this was quite a smart Jamaica design. You can see on the initial picture, it doesn't look like much. And then you can see on the close-up, the subliminal pattern is lovely on this one. Yeah, quite a strong umbrella design. Quite a wearable one. 30 quid again seems reasonable, honestly. You know, it seems about right, I would say. Not overpriced. I think if this was on Eminem Direct for 20 quid, then obviously I can retract my statement, it's a bit overpriced. But I might be getting confused with another shirt. Either way, I'd do a bit of research, but that could be another nice pickup. Another reasonable international shirt. You know, it's not bargain of the year or anything like that. But if it's one that you've been after, I don't think I've seen this on sale anywhere else. So that's another example of a shirt, like the USA shirt before it, which is at a reasonable price. Interesting. Now this Atletico Madrid shirt, of course, famous when it had the Spider-Man sponsor. Unsure if this is real or not. Obviously, it's quite a desirable shirt. Nothing immediately jumps out as wrong there. I'm looking at the listing. There's nothing that's kind of put me off. The seller is reasonable. Yeah, so this might be real. I'd have to compare. Obviously, I've got this shirt as well. I can tell you just from those pictures, nothing immediately makes you think it's fake. The price, you know, I think is probably, well, I'd say it's reasonable for the shirt, but of course, without the sponsor, it's not, you know, not as valuable. And the thing is with T90, a small actually, they're relatively generous, the T90 shirts. You can see the sizing there. I think this is real, guys, at least from what I can see. Again, if anyone in the chat knows for sure, can say, oh, that's definitely fake or real, please do chip in. I'm not the voice of authority on these things, so often I get it wrong. But no, I think that's real. At least it looks real to me. And that's a reasonable price. There seems to be, I don't know if it's a growing trend, maybe it's just tonight, but a number of sellers who kind of know the value of the shirts and they've put them on for kind of what they're worth, maybe a bit less, rather than just sticking them on really cheap. And that's, you know, don't be put off by a higher listing price. Actually, I'd be surprised if you can find that shirt cheaper elsewhere. Maybe you can. I guess being small it is going to be a bit cheaper, but yeah. Lucas says, I know I've been slacking and sending the picture of all my Boca Juniors kits. Oh, don't worry, mate. No rush. I mean, the longer you delay, Lucas, the longer it means I'll be parted with my cash. But no, I am looking forward to that. I'm obviously very keen to add some Boca Juniors this year. So yeah, that sounds good, mate. That sounds good. Enrique, hello, Enrique. Welcome, mate. Welcome to the stream. Just stumbled across this AC Milan shirt. Condition, I would say, is I'd say it's fairly worn, or certainly the sponsor is. You can see some threads there, but it is a great AC Milan shirt. I mean, the price has been is reflecting that. A nice low at auction. I do really like this AC Milan shirt though, with the Mariva sponsor. I think that construction was one of the Adidas' better ones from the noughties. And of course, the AC Milan team was incredible. So, you know, if you're not bothered about condition as much, that could be a really nice pickup there. A couple more comments as we continue. Luke's has managed to get the 90s looking Stuttgart keeper from last season. Ah, nice. Still on the club site. I didn't know. That's great. I didn't know they were selling that again on the club site. I had in my mind that that had sold out, Luke, but that is great. Really like that shirt. And a trusty Fit Fanatics for Bahia top. Good stuff. Yeah, guys, even though this isn't sponsored by Fit Fanatics, you can still use my code, I think, Phil's Corner, to get was it 8% off. So if there's not a discount code running, you can use that code do check them out, of course. We've got a comment from David Alibaba. Good evening. I just bought an FC Bayern 13-14 home shirt with patches and Ruby on the back. €15. It was used and seemed legit. Got it on eBay. The German. Oh yeah, the German Depop. Okay, nice. That's a good deal. If that's legit, that is a very good deal. €15 for the shirt would be good, let alone personalisation. It's a nice one. Thomas says there's a 2000 away Boca Juniors and Depop. I've never seen it before then. I need to keep old football shirts open. Why do I keep closing it? Is that, which one was that? Was it one of these ones? Because that is a classic. It's a bit of a clunky template, this one, but I do really like it. It's very early noughties, isn't it? Late 90s kind of vibe. Or was it one of these ones, Thomas? Either way, yeah. How much was it on for as well? Can you tell the cogs are already turning in my mind? Luke, so how good was the shirt Santa? I assume sent to you for Christmas. Santa didn't send me any football shirts. I mean, that's the thing, guys. You'd think my friends and family would be sending me all the football shirts in the world. Actually, in reality, I think they're so worried that if they send me something, I won't like it. And I've said before, no, any shirt is a good shirt. But in short, Santa, he didn't bring up anything, so I have to kind of be my own Santa when it comes to shirts. Oh dear. Yeah, so I don't have any exciting Santa-related stories, so to speak. Oh dear. Enrique said Bahia got relegated. I did not know that. Incidentally, who got relegated, Enrique, and who got promoted to the top division? I don't keep regularly up to date. I know Gremio were in a relegation battle. Am I right in saying they avoided relegation in the end? Well, as I'm saying that, I'm doubting myself. But okay, so jumping to the Boca, Thomas says it was the one we had open for €100. Okay, that seems pretty reasonable. It's in a good size. Incidentally, guys, this I believe is a remake. So the person bidding £85, they're wasting their money, really. And the funny thing is, look at this. The seller's actually been quite clear in saying it's a reissue. Now, some reissues are quite highly sought after and often do go for reasonable money, but I wouldn't say that was worth £85, just simply because it is, well, it's effectively, its value essentially could just be a leisure wear shirt, really. Of course, an original late 80s front shirt, it's going to be very, very expensive. So there is that. But yeah, that seems expensive to me. And as we were talking, I was looking at this Borough shirt. I don't remember this design again, but another Admiral one. And you can see here, guys, we looked at Admiral before, didn't we? And you can see that label checks out from the genuine Leeds replicas that we looked at before. So that's good to see. And yeah, I mean, £100 to me, I would have thought that was probably about the value, maybe slightly more than I'd expect it to go for. But fair play if that's if that's a shirt someone's been looking at, for a while, then yeah, potentially a good buy there. We continue. A United shirt, training shirt signed by Paul Pogba. I mean, that's the thing. At least it comes supposedly with a certificate of authenticity. Oh, that's funny though. I mean, the training shirt, yeah, that's worth £15, maybe less. How much do you rate Paul Pogba's signature on a training shirt? That's a bit of a funny thing to me, but there we go. Oh, sorry, guys, I was just distracted reading Enrique's comment. So Gremio, Chevico, Bahia, and Sport. So they all got relegated. Oh, that is painful. So I don't know why I thought Gremio had avoided it. The greatest looking badge, Botafogo got promoted. Yeah, so Botafogo, they do have a very good badge. Vasco and Cruzeiro still in the second division. Yeah, the Brazilian league is pretty wild, honestly. Like, at least a lot of these teams that I assume are going to be in the top division are. So, yeah. Andrew says, you ever looked at Motherwell tops from the 90s? You know, Andrew, let's look now. Obviously, Motherwell, quite an iconic colour scheme. I don't know if you have any specific ones in mind. I've certainly come across a lot of these before. This, I mean, this needs little introduction in terms of the manufacturer, Hummel. Look at that design. It's quite a small image there. Maybe if we just quickly search more images, we can get a higher res one. That is fantastic. That very 90s grainy aesthetic. Look at that. That is a beautiful football shirt. It's got everything you want in a 90s football shirt. Being made by Hummel as well only improves it. Motorola sponsor, exactly, Rave. What a shirt. Now, we'd love to find one of those on eBay. I don't know if we will. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. If that's the standard, Andrew, well, obviously, even the other ones are great. But yeah, in short, I'd say there's quite a lot to like. Of course, outside of Hummel as well, there's the Admiral kits. That's quite an interesting design. And then, is that Pony? I can't see who that is. It looks like Pony, I might be wrong. Oh yeah, and then there were the reworked Pony logo. But yeah, great shirts. Cool. Some teams just had all the sauce, didn't they, guys? Smudge, she keeps saying Motherwell. Yeah, she's fun, thanks. Nice, yep. I I've voted to that one before. This is an interesting one. Supposedly, well, a very battered Island shirt, and it's saying it's long sleeves. That image looks like this has been cut off. The way that's been edited, I assume. Yeah, very, very, quite damaged, but it's, this is a great Island shirt. One of the best they've had, in my opinion. Certainly one of the best modern Island shirts. Not least because it's Taylor Bunbury. I've spoken before about Taylor Bunbury. But a bit like the shirt we looked at before, if you're not bothered about condition, or you maybe even would look at restoring the shirt, potentially a really good deal. I'm interested. I'm going to watch this one just to see what it goes for. There's my customary yawn. Regular viewers will know I tend to yawn multiple times on these shows. Not because of your company, guys, honestly. Preston shirt as well here in one of Nike's templates from that year. But yeah, no potential bargain there for the Island shirt. Thomas, sorry, no, carrying on. Ollie, I should say, have you got any Roby shirts? Or Roby? This season's Volendam's home kit came out today, and quality. Came today, and the quality is insane. Yeah, I've seen a lot about them, Ollie. Quite a few collectors I know have been picking them up, so they're on my radar. I don't have one of their shirts, but I've been quite impressed with what I've seen. Certainly from a design perspective, they seem really interesting. Yeah, so they're definitely on my radar, and I'm sure it won't be long before I've got one of their shirts in the collection. Connor says, Edenfield, been collecting shirts for a few months now. Quick question, why are specific teams like St. Pauli, 1860 Munich, and a few others so sought after? Great question, Connor. And indeed, Thomas has already spoken to it somewhat by saying second-tier teams that are once popular. Yeah, that's definitely part of it. I think in general, teams that have a very strong identity always do well. And St. Pauli, of course, are a great example. The culture around the club, the ethos of the club is so strong. One of the strongest in world football in terms of how just clear they are with their stance on cultural issues, political issues, and basically just also bootleg shirts are great. Obviously, that goes without saying. But I think when you've got a strong identity, people can connect with that. And I think that serves a club well. 1860 Munich as well. Thomas mentioned, of course, they were previously in the top division, being the kind of underdog side of Munich. I think there's that. But of course, again, the shirts. If you look at the shirts, they had a fantastic one with Nike, particularly. I mean, and also Lotto. But I think these shirts with Nike, some of the kind of better late 90s Nike shirts, or mid to late 90s Nike templates and designs, they're really memorable with the sponsor. So yeah, there's teams of that, and there's quite a few in world football that just are popular, and it makes these shirts quite collectible. As a collector, it's kind of fun when you've got these kind of, no one's going to be looking, or very few people outside of fans and kind of more hardcore collectors are going to be looking at a lot of these shirts, apart from some of the later ones here. But teams can kind of go off the radar for decades. But then a team, then you could go to the 90s and they've got shirts like this, or you go to the Total 90 era and you can see they had a Total 90 kit. So that's great if you're a collector and stuff like that. But yeah, good question, Colin. Good question. Luke says, never heard of them before, but I started collecting. Before I started collecting, but Retiel made some nice shirts for lower league Argentinian teams. That name rings a bell, Luke, but I can't think of a shirt made by them. But I think I've come across them before. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Now, I'm not a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, but I am a fan of bootleg shirts. And this is fantastic. Oh, this has got everything you want to see in a bootleg shirt. It's got what looks like, well, a sort of Ballon d'Or inspired pattern at the top there. Calcio Mania with a K. Oh, this is great. Honestly, I'd almost want to get this. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, which is a bit of a downer for me. But this is absolutely textbook bootleg. And, it's not worth anything, but this is quite special. I'm sorry. I love shirts like this. Very discreet shirt, exactly. Oh, that's amazing. I want to see if anyone buys that. It's coming from the UK. Superb. Honestly, if that was a different player, I'd be very tempted. I would. Graphic design is my passion. Exactly. A crop of England shirts here. Love the Flamingo Land sponsor that Hull had over these years. There's some good stuff this evening, guys. Quite a few good pickups, I must say. This Newcastle shirt was great. Quite a kind of ugly colourway. Trying to bow on that amazing Newcastle 90 shirt. Didn't work in the Teamgeist template, but it's memorable nonetheless. Oh dear. Christopher says, just won an eBay bid on a 2014 Hummel St. Pauli home shirt. Good stuff. Christopher, again, I'm going to go to Old Football Shirts because I want to check which one that is. I've been talking about getting a Hummel St. Pauli shirt myself on this channel. I'm sure, was it 14, 15? Yeah, this one. Nice. Very good. I particularly like, this third shirt is great actually, incidentally, but which one was it? This one's good. There's a few really, really good. There's loads of good ones from the Hummel era. It was relatively brief, but produced some stunning designs. The goalkeeper shirt's amazing. Look at that. Pretty ridiculous. Noah saying he had that 86 Munich shirt. Yeah, that's the thing. They are really good. They are just really collectible. Yeah. Rabbe as well, saying St. Pauli have had some great shirts. They're just one of those teams that have, again, because the colour, I mean, that's the other thing I didn't even mention. The colour, having brown as a home kit colour, that in itself is actually, enough of a story. Of course, there's been various shades of brown, some of them better than others. I mean, that one was particularly funny, that shade. But, often, yeah, just great. And they had the Jack Daniels sponsor. Yeah, just a casual glance through their kit history, you can see why they are so popular for kits. I was curious by this. What's this? Ah, programs. I was going to say I didn't know what the listing was, and there's just one picture here. Yeah, that makes sense. We opened this West Ham shirt before as well. Interesting to see one with Europa League patches. I have no memory of that sleeve sponsor. Scope markers. There we go. West Ham, of course, their shirts have been pretty good with Umbro, I'd say. One of the better teams for Umbro shirts. And yeah, really, really, well, not quite. I think a couple of years ago it really peaked. If I'm right in saying it was a couple of years ago when they had the diamonds on the cuffs, I thought those shirts were particularly good. They've not quite reached those heights since then in general, but still really good. Still really good. Yeah, and a few comments regarding Jack Daniels sponsor. Yeah, big brands like you mentioned, Enrique. They always have something about them. I think there's something about seeing. I've said before, brands you see on the high street. Not that people go to high streets anymore, but brands you see on a football shirt is really good fun. Just noticed this template shirt as well. That's oh, there's a reserve. I was going to say you could pick it up for a few pence, and even just stick a badge in it. They've got reserves, so I'm sure that won't get met. But yeah, Joe, no need to be sorry, mate. No need to be sorry at all. We're still on eBay. We're still going through, so you're not too late, mate. This Liverpool shirt is one I don't own. I would have to check pictures to double check its authenticity. I mean, it's not one I'm actively looking for, and to be honest, even though that price obviously is quite reasonable at the moment, it's not one I pick up. But potentially, if you're missing that, if that's a gap in your collection, then you could be able to pick up. Jose, miss anything good? Well, we've seen a few good pickups. I mean, in terms of the stuff that's made us stop and think, if we go back, let's go to the first page. There was a great Boa shirt here, which we didn't bid on, but was a really good deal. In fact, let's go to our watch list as well. I mean, need to say more about this great bootleg shirt, Joe. But also this Ireland shirt, and there was, quite a lot of damage, but that could be a really good pickup. We found a great USA shirt and a great Jamaica shirt as well, both for reasonable prices. So it's been a bit of an international flavour this evening, but it's been pretty strong. Not picked up anything yet. Joe, I mentioned the style as well. For the benefit of anyone tuning in late, we did. I opened up the Korea shirt, and it is and it was legit. So the video is coming later this week on that one. Thomas, any brands that have become more likeable because of football shirts? That's a really good question. I don't think. I mean, there's certainly, I can think of a lot of brands who are probably only known by people because of football shirts. Or in the UK, for example, think of Barilla Pasta, and after, of course, their partnership for many years with Roma. Yeah, whenever you see them in the shops, they're certainly quite yeah. People who joke that they'd rather pick up pasta from them than another equally reasonable pasta brand. So that's one funny example I could think of. But yeah, that's a really good question. I'd have to think more of that in terms of other brands that, because of their involvement in football, have been kind of more favourably looked at. That's really interesting. I'm sure there's quite a few. Smosh Sports says someone said the minimum reservation bid on anything is £60. Is that true? It wasn't true when last time I checked. I mean, it's been quite a while since I did list on eBay. It's been several months. I'm pretty sure it used to be different. Maybe that is the case now. I know that at a certain point, and I can't remember if this was for all reserve prices or just some, that you did have to pay a fee um, to include the reserve price. But yeah, in short, I don't think it is unless that's changed. Luke says probably because I'm a lot younger than you, Phil, and probably an unpopular opinion, but I just love Adidas 2010 templates. Well, the thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because I or some other old duffer says that a shirt isn't good or a template is less desirable. There's something about when you grow up, your first World Cup, all those shirts you grow up with. So for me, it was kind of post 2002. 2002 was the first World Cup I really enjoyed, and then later on the Euro 2004, the World Cup in 2006. Those are my tournaments, the ones I remember the most. And the Tokyo 90 shirt kind of embodied that era. They're some of my favourite shirts of all time for those reasons. And a lot of people, many older people especially, think it's one of the worst eras for shirts ever. So there's a very personal thing with that. So I completely understand, honestly, Luke. I do. And to be honest, 2010 actually had some good shirts. That was one of the more interesting World Cups, I would say. John Carl mentioned 2008 templates were more exciting. Yeah, to be fair, I think compared to I often get the two confused if I think about major tournaments, but I think 2008 was probably a bit stronger. I mean, I guess it's almost a team by team basis, isn't it, with a lot of these things. Just quickly on Total 90, this could be another great Total 90 pickup. It's a shame about the sponsor. It is quite damaged, as a lot of these sponsors were. But this is sneakily one of the more interesting Total 90 designs. So, yeah, I think for 25 quid, that's a great pickup. I mean, to be honest, just looking at that, that's one of our best finds tonight. Not one of the most common Total 90 shirts. You do see these occasionally, but I think if you can live with that sponsor, 25 quid is a great price. You know, were the sponsor in top condition, you'd expect to pay at least double, if not more, maybe even over £50. Certainly from a lot of sellers. So yeah, I think that's legit. It looks pretty good. Again, if you are unsure, you do have 14 hours to potentially message the seller and get a bit more clarity on that with some more pictures. But yeah, I really, I think that's a good pickup potentially. Certainly one to watch if you collect Total 90 shirts. I know many people do. I'm certainly a big fan, you guys know. So that's quite an interesting one. We'll go for another 10 minutes or so, guys, and then we'll do some questions to wrap up. Another Boa shirt. You do see a lot of Boa shirts on eBay. And despite some cracking, which is reasonable due to age, bit of a bidding war here. 10 bids, £79, and climbing. Looks to be an original. And a great colourway. Boa had some great shirts. Again, if we just go to football shirts, you can see typing Boa was not a good idea, was it? Middlesbrough. A series of shirts in the 90s which are amazing for Middlesbrough. And certainly this shirt was, and the later sponsored by Cellnet, were great. And there were other ones too. This is one of the kind of craziest designs I've ever seen, with the crest on the sleeve. But this is quite a standout design, maybe for the wrong reasons, but just some really interesting shirts. But about some really interesting shirts. So often quite collectible. Connor says he picked up a 1819 Hummel Freiburg home shirt the other day for £3. That is absolutely a bit of me, Connor. I'm a huge Freiburg fan. Freiburg third in the Bundesliga, guys, which is awesome. They've had a great year. I will be picking up one of their shirts in the end of season sales, if there's any left, if everyone hasn't already snapped them up. But yeah, if they qualify for the Champions League, that'll be amazing. I've been a bit of a kind of, I hate to use the word fan because I don't watched nearly enough games, I'd say, to be considered a fan of Freiburg. But they're certainly one of my favourite teams in world football. I love just the ethos of the club and the fact they often punch above their weight. And on top of that, they had a spell with Hummel, of course. So they've just switched to Nike. They've got a kind of pretty bog standard Nike template kind of package deal. But yeah, huge fan of Freiburg kits, and yeah, been enjoying the team, watching the team, or following the team for a few years now. They're having a pretty good year. A pretty good year. That does not look real to me. Maybe it is. Okay. Something about that pattern and the colours look a bit off to me. I might be wrong, but of course, the Norway shirt is still quite desirable, even though it was on sale recently. CTA saying the Juve shirt was from that naughty Juve season. Yeah, that's one way to describe it. But that's the thing. It does add a good story. You know, a story like that does really add to a shirt, even though it's for the wrong reasons for Juve fans. Which is quite funny. Dear. But yeah, no, that T90 was one of my favourites we've found so far, for sure. Excuse me 1 second. That's better. Yeah, guys, we'll do a few more minutes and then we'll do some questions. Luke said, as a Sunderland fan, I remember Jack Rodwell in a number of shirts, but wish I didn't. Yeah, I mean, that just seeing Jack Rodwell and Sunderland in a sentence makes you think of Netflix's series Sunderland Till I Die. There was, yeah, I mean, many players came out badly from that, but certainly Jack Rodwell was one of those who came out particularly badly, didn't he? Bless him. As we continue, guys, I'd say, you see, if it's just a lot of stuff of this, quite forgettable. I don't remember this this sponsor, rare Sunday League sponsors, is it? A very rare shirt to find with a sponsorship. Saying here, I can only assume, this is the seller's description, I can only assume someone's Sunday League team were given a load of old stock. Yeah, because if we look at the, I can't even think who did sponsor the shirt. So it's the green. Yeah, so this is, okay, yeah, so this was the late 80s. There's no sponsor on these pictures. Later sponsor V Plastics. So unless they had a thing where they were sponsored by a couple of different brands, if anyone knows, I'd be very interested to hear. No bid shirt, but that is a very interesting, looking shirt. I mean, it's quite a classic Umbra design, and the price is obviously relatively higher. If anyone had any information about that though, and they could, for example, a picture of players wearing it in a game, then it could be a really nice find. If not, it's kind of a bit of a risky purchase, or at least who knows, that could just be added on later, and doesn't that wouldn't help the value of the shirt. But yeah, very interesting. Joe mentioned the Japan shirt, the concept shirt, the fake Japan shirt. And yeah, in short, I really think, obviously people are getting excited about the design with a kind of manga comic strip design, a kind of patchwork of manga drawings. But to be honest, the design could have been better, I think, Joe. That was my take. They could have done more. That's such a great potential theme, great potential subject for a shirt, and even though it was a fake design anyway, but I think they could have done more with it. Interesting to see Roma's shirt from last year go for £74. So that shows you kind of the demand for the shirt. I mean, good on the seller. They seem to have provided details on product codes, and that's good. Yeah, no, it's just interesting. I mean, obviously, if that shirt's sold out, then that is a fair price. Pretty much RRP there. yeah, really, really high demand shirt. And for whatever reason, there just wasn't. Well, either it was so popular that it sold out, but I think the more likely scenario was that it just wasn't stocked as much as other other Nike shirts. We saw that even more so with the third shirt from the year before, which is very popular and sold out very quickly. Yeah, no, it's just interesting to see that one there. I really like this winter shirt. I bought this up last year or two seasons ago, whenever it was. No, this was last season, wasn't it? Yeah, condition. There's a few things wrong there, but in fact, this looks to be. Oh yeah, same seller. So there you go. And Christopher says, I like when Eagles dare a bit more than Sunderland Till I Die. Just I guess because it's more feel good. Yeah, I haven't seen When Eagles Dare actually, Christopher. I'll have to check that one out. Was there not a Japan trip with Pokemon in the numbers? Yeah, there's been some great kind of concepts and stuff like that, Thomas. Varying degrees of quality, I would say. And obviously, at least from the ones I'm thinking of, they've been fakes or concepts. But yeah, there's been all sorts of stuff. Guys, let's finish on this Barcelona shirt. Now, this is interesting. Of course, Nike and Barcelona had quite a good thing going on for many years, and these gold shirts, I think, have aged quite well. Not necessarily in the way that I think they look quite dated, but I think they were quite interesting. This one, and the later one, which wasn't really gold, it was more not that one. This one here, more kind of almost kind of I don't know what you call it, a dark beige / gold. But this immediately brings to mind Ronaldinho's goal at Stamford Bridge, one of the classic goals of the noughties. But yeah, I think these shirts have something about them. Certainly, that classic kind of chunkier, thicker material. It's quite shiny. But that's another one which I think again that's a really good price. Of course, it could go up in 17 hours, but I think I think there's something to be said about these shirts. I certainly quite like it, and some of those other Barcelona Nike shirts. But guys, that was eBay. You can find good football shirts on eBay. We found quite a few this evening. No bids made. I'm definitely playing it cool after my career purchase. After I picked up this old beast, which I will be unboxing in a video this week. I did take a look at it today, and it is glorious. So look forward to that this week. But yeah, we found the Juve shirt. There was some great international shirts for reasonable prices. So eBay is a great place, and of course this year we'll be continuing these streams alongside eBay. I'm hoping to do other types of streams as well. I'd love to hear from you guys what you want to see on this channel, be it through the Classic Feels Corner episodes or these live streams. So please do get in touch, maybe in the comments of this video when it's gone live, or on Twitter. Please let me know because I want to create content for you guys. I should say as well, actually, you can support me on Patreon. The names at the bottom here of all my Patreon subscribers. So thank you to those guys. And if you want to find out about Patreon, there's a community on there where we're chatting about stuff all the time and sharing deals and stuff like that. When I sell stuff for my collection, that goes to my patrons first. They basically get first dibs. And there's a free shirt, a free Phil's Corner shirt, just for being a subscriber. In fact, you can see the shirt in the corner there. I'm struggling to point with the camera here. That shirt is available for free, or a shirt like that. I think that those ones have been discontinued, but there's a black version of that. But anyway, Patreon details are in the description. Before we wrap up, I will answer some more questions and respond to some more comments there. And Stevie's stolen shirt says, "How are you filming?" I'm well, thank you, Stevie. Had a good time on eBay this evening. Hope you're well too. If you've just tuned in, mate, you can watch on catch up and see the stuff we found. And Luke says, "Have to go for pizza." Hope you can forgive for some good food. I can definitely forgive you, Luke. That is a good reason. And any more Bob English? You know what? I have to make a confession. I've not been playing Football Manager pretty much since we spoke last about it on the stream. Basically, I've been too busy playing Halo. It is the long and short of it. So yeah, I've been playing that alongside kind of other games that I've been playing. So yeah, that's not to say I won't jump back on Football Manager, but yeah, basically I've neglected probably English in the gang. And Linison says, "Have you done the career shirt, Phil?" Yeah. So as I mentioned at the start, actually, I didn't unbox this in today's stream. Apologies for the confusion there. I can see why a few people thought that. This is going to be unboxed on a video later this week. So I did kind of show this outer box, and within this is another box, and it's a bit like pass the parcel. But yeah, in short, you'll be able to see the shirt in detail, and I've done some close-up pictures for you guys to enjoy in the video as well. So yeah, that is coming later this week. But the good news is it's real, so that was really exciting. Yeah, I was just buzzing to see it. It was really, really cool. Box in a box. That's the thing. Branded box. There was and you'll see in the video. It's so cool. Honestly, I think it was. Certainly one of my favourite shirts now in my collection. I say that a lot. I've said that so much this last year. But yeah, it is really, really special. And I'm really privileged to own one. So that's something to look forward to. Chris is saying, I've been playing the release of the Mass Effect trilogy. Yeah, I saw that. I think that's coming on Game Pass, isn't it? I think I saw. Now to complete the set. I don't think I could do that, Linison. I don't think I could. I think I'm honestly happy with just the one. I think trying to complete certainly the boxes would be too expensive. Unless I could find them all for the price I found them on eBay. But yeah, I don't think I've got the resources, shall we say. John Carl, any more behind the shed ones? Yes. In short, I'm hoping to fly out soon to Denmark again and do some more filming, and we've been discussing the next episode. So yeah, thank you, John Carl. Thank you for your support there. And there'll be more videos. When there will be, I don't know, but I'm hoping to go out to film again soon. I was thinking when I do go, I might do some content whilst I'm in Denmark. Maybe that could be quite fun. Maybe do either a live stream or kind of behind the scenes, or just something along those lines. So I'll certainly keep you guys posted, of course. And guys, I'm going to sign off after these next couple of questions. But again, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Goes without saying, but I couldn't do what I do without you. So it's been really fun. And till the next video and till the next stream. As I say, there's a couple more though before I go. Connor says maybe a video on how to get the out there shirts that you just can't get in the UK, like the Let's Go Manure fan design. Yeah, I think there's definitely something to be said about finding shirts. I think particularly buying abroad, a lot of people are understandably quite nervous about buying abroad. So I think that's a really good shout, Connor, to do something about picking up shirts. Because I think for me, it's one of the most fun things about collecting is picking up shirts from different countries, shirts you can't get easily. I quite like that. There's often, it can be quite time-consuming, but it's quite fun. And actually, Stevie's has just mentioned you can. Is it still on Sports Direct? I know it was, of course, on Sports Direct. So yeah, that one isn't actually that hard to find. Quite funnily enough, even though it was limited edition. But yeah, Christmas says thanks again. Thanks to you, mate. Thanks so much. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, guys. I'll leave you with the outro saying, it was, and it was a funny story. Oh dear. But yeah, Sports Direct is the place to go for that shirt. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this one. And as I say, don't forget, later this week we'll be unboxing the South Korea T90 shirt. So look forward to that. But until then, guys, see you very soon. Have a good week. Thanks for stopping by. Speak soon.